Sorry, my bad. Take a right, go down 2 blocks. I didn't know. Hi, thank you for tuning in to That's the Setup podcast. I'm your host, Sharika Duncan, a new author of the Setup novel. Check me out on Instagram at Sharika Duncan and on Facebook as Sharika Duncan Author or my website, sharikaduncan.com.
Welcome to That's the Setup podcast. I'm your host, Sharika Duncan, and I have my co-host, Roland Mayhew. Hello, Roland.
Hello, Sharika. Hello, fans.
Hey.
It's been a minute, right, Sharika?
I know, right?
We've neglected them, right? We're
bad. Gotta do better.
But I'm telling you guys, this is worth the wait. This recording tonight is worth the wait because there's so much that you guys missed in that little short period of time since the last time we spoke. If you don't know by now, that's the Setup podcast. It's all about Sharika's journey, pretty much. She wrote a book. It's called That's the Setup, and it came out earlier this year. And she's been out on the road promoting this book, being on various book tours, And along the way, we come together as a group and sometimes with a guest, and we speak about things that happen or, ideas that we come up with and we want to have a conversation about. But that's the setup. We set up the platform to have certain discussions and conversations about our community, about ourselves, about life in general. And part of life is what Sharika is doing. She wrote this book. It's amazing. And I'm going to let her tell you guys more about it. I know those who have been with us since day one, you're familiar with the story. But hopefully I'm praying that we have new fans who's going to be listening to this. And I want them to know about That's the Setup, the book. Not only the book, I also want them to know that our friend Sharika has been, within the past 2-3 weeks, she has been in Atlanta, and she was at the Essence Festival just last weekend with this book tour. And you guys have to hear this because I want to hear this. I haven't heard it yet. So, Sharika, tell them what's going on.
Oh, my, Roland. We have been working hard, grinding, networking, loving on beautiful people of color. And I must say it's been a beautiful experience. As you rolled out the red carpet for us in Atlanta, and we did a live podcast there, actually, for Atlanta book signing, which was pretty cool. And we would definitely have to share that episode and load that up for everyone. But we just got back from New Orleans, and our hearts and prayers are going out to the New Orleans, Louisiana state.
I know that's devastating, right? Just a few days ago, you were there in the sunshine, because I've seen all the pics on Instagram. You were in the sunshine, having a great time out on the streets, hanging out. Then now they're facing a possible storm. It's just devastating. It's like they can't catch a break.
I agree, and it's a beautiful, beautiful city, full of life and cultural, experiences, and the people there are so warm and loving.
Yes, that's one of my favorite cities. I've been to New Orleans at least 4 or 5 times. I love it.
Wow, I'm definitely wanting to make that a stop in my near future because that's like my second time visiting New Orleans. And, again, we made a lot of great relationships there. And my heart is so full with joy. And, we arrived for the book signing. It was a 3-day invitation to the Essence Festival. That itself is another layer of experience within New Orleans, So the fact that it is New Orleans and that Essence Festival 25th anniversary was being held there. So that
it was big.
Monumental. Yes, it was large. I was not expecting this great harvest because, let me tell you, it seemed as if everything was went accordingly, abundantly so. It was just a matter of stepping out on faith and having a plan. You know, you start off with this plan of how things are going to go and proceed, and you set yourself up for the best possibility of success. And once you step foot, you know, that mustard seed turns into just a large harvest. That's for staying faithful. And, you know, so Friday we went to and checked into the Essence bookstore inside the convention center where the Essence Festival festivities began. And I must say,
they have a lot of expos and shows, hair shows, fashion shows, whatever you could think of. It's like a big old expo room.
I mean, it's so large and amazing. Even the walk from, we did walking to and fro, which was an experience because, you know, we were able to pass out tracts, some information, literature on the book while we were, you know, in between our destination, and making those relationships, exchanging information. But once we were inside of the building, we were being led by someone telling us where to go to get to the right area to get to the bookstore, which was near the Walmart booth, which was a large display of people performing and giving out wonderful samples of hair products. A lot of natural hair products were given out. So it was just beautiful, you know, just to be given to, you know, just to bless into us, you know, and it was all free of charge. Anyone could attend.
Exactly. I'm well familiar. I've been to, out of the 4 times, I've been there 4 times, and I've been to 3 Essence Festivals.
My God. Wow.
My very first one I remember is when Chris Brown, he was big but not as huge before he started dating Rihanna. That's how old. And then that's when Kanye, he opened up for Kanye. And I remember Keisha Cole. I mean, that was like the very first experience. And then my last Essence Festival was when Beyonce was there the last time.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
So I know that you probably got a chance to mingle with other. Is that so?
Right. You know, in terms of just the arrival in itself, you know, we met some beautiful people from New Orleans, and they pretty much was excited and wanted to purchase a book. And we were able to, you know, exchange information. But once we arrived, you know, I was amongst the stars. You know, Common was actually there at the moment doing a book signing in the same location. And it was a long line of fans who were anticipating on entering the bookstore. And so as we walked up, you know, I had to identify who I am, you know, and show my credentials to be led inside, myself and my assistant, Mimi. And it felt very, you know, good just to have that front attention, you know, in terms of passing that long line of folks who were patiently waiting to enter the space, you know. And inside was very organized. It was a beautiful experience with all these different authors that were present, representing their own brand and their own products and services. And everyone was so friendly and warm, you know. Everyone looked their best. It was just a positive, energetic space, you know, creative space.
Yeah. She's done, because I want people to see your journey. You know what I mean? That you're not just writing a book and sitting idle. Like, you're going out there and pushing it. And there's a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money. There's a lot of networking, a lot of following up to do. I mean, so far, I know that you've been to Madison, you've been to Atlanta, you've been to New Orleans, and now you have an Orlando tour coming up. You know, and that we're only in July. We're only in July, and I believe you started going on tour, what?
Black History Month, February. That was
February. Yes, and so we still have a couple of more months left in the year, and I know that you probably got a couple of cities that you or states, knowing you, that you would like to visit, and it's just to be announced. So I want you guys to know that Sharika is a very hardworking woman. All right, let me tell you how hardworking she is. She has a full-time job, so don't get it twisted. Don't assume that she has the time and the liberty to just hang out all day and do what she does. She has a full-time job. She has 2 children. One is on her way to go to college real soon. You know what I mean? Then she has her nonprofit, Excellence Dance Studio, that's been in business going straight through for 10 plus years. Okay? Not only that, she's very active in her community. She's very supportive of other people in their endeavors. And then in the midst of all that, she had time to sit down and write a book. And then not only does she write the book, she's out there pushing for the book. So I want people to see what you're doing. But that's the setup. That's the setup, and you setting it up for more future endeavors to come your way. Because I read somewhere where when you have a vision, and it's a clear vision, it attracts resources. And you had a vision, and it started off with, like you said, the kickoff here there at Madison. But then as you keep pushing, it's attracting more and more resources. More and more people are being exposed to your book and what you have going on. Like you said, you were invited to the Essence book to set up your book there. That's wonderful. Who knows what's going to happen between now and by the time you go to Orlando? Or on your way to Orlando, who knows who's going to contact you and say, hey, Sharika, I want you up in Washington, or I want you in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes. And this is a journey, and we're just, as we are recording our podcast and talking about different topics, we want to also let the people know how's it going on this book journey.
Yes, I love it.
We want them to know, hey, by the way, this is what she's doing now. This is where she's been. This is where she's going. And like I said, you guys, you should have seen. I've seen pictures on Instagram. It's beautiful. She was surrounded by tons of people. That is a big exposure. Sharika, you know what I mean? She's in the same space with Common, the rapper, the author, what is he, a movie star? She's in the same space with these people who, this can happen for anyone who is willing to accept the challenge, who is willing to sit down and have a vision and execute the vision and, and keep it going. If she can do it, whoever is out there listening can do it too, whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? And yes, and by the way, we didn't really speak much about the Atlanta tour, but I enjoyed myself, and I really wish that you guys would have came out and joined us, because you missed a great experience. It was a great experience. It was a beautiful, intimate session. She read some excerpts from her book. There was people there to purchase her book. She had some family and friends that came and support her in Atlanta. The food was good. The music was right. It was a beautiful Friday. And hopefully we can invite her back here in Atlanta and make it bigger than the last time. Because one thing about book tours, it never really ends. You have to keep pushing.
No, it doesn't. And shout out to Da Vinci over at Burger Room. Everyone needs to go and visit that beautiful restaurant, which is in Midtown Atlanta, directly behind Taco Mac. There they have a vegan alternative menu for everyone. Shouts out to the bartender who made a special
the signature drink. Y'all, it was good. And I'm not even much of a drinker. Like, I like wine, but he fixed up this little cocktail, the signature cocktail, specifically for That's the Setup book tour. And y'all, I had 2 glasses.
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. Lovely.
I really enjoyed it. And again, she's got Now the tour's next stop is in Orlando. Can you give some more information on that? Like where in Orlando and what could they, be expecting? Because from what I'm seeing as I'm following you through your journey, it depends on your stops. It's not always the same. What you did for Madison was different than, what you did in Atlanta, which was different than you did at the Essence Festival.
That is so true, Roland, because the goal is to highlight the city, what the city is in terms of for Orlando. We are actually leasing a space. It's an empty space. It's not a store or some type of a frequent travel area. This is a space in a nice location that is off of Kirkman. But this space is a space that we are reserving for people to come to and feel it. It's a dance studio that we reserve. Okay. And I've asked my setup business partners, other business partners with brands and products and services to come and fill up this space and invite their friends and family and their customer base to the space so that we all can be informed about how to set up our whole layout for success with people who are supposed to be there. It's not where we are begging, every person in the building to come. It's the right individual. It's the right mindset that we are attracting to these venues.
Those who are supposed to be there will be there.
Yes, and the address.
Those who can't make it there, they'll be there in spirit.
Yes. And the address is 4677 LB McLeod Road, Suite I, Orlando, Florida. Zip is 32811. Again, it's 4677 LB McLeod Road, Suite I. It's called the DGBEK Studios, which is on McLeod Road, right off of South Kirkman Road.
Okay. So, can you give them the date and time?
The date is actually on a Saturday, August the 10th at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So it's a 2-hour time slot of a social network hour, of socializing and being informed and, a little raffle, appetizer, hors d'oeuvres, and to just have a chance to win some prizes, and of course, so that I could sell and make sure I spread out the setup in Orlando. We met some Orlando people in New Orleans, actually. Some of them purchased a book. One of them is actual medical doctor, and she's a beautiful spirit. Oh my gosh, a lovely, lovely, beautiful soul. We exchanged information, and she actually shared the information about the event, to her friends and family in the Orlando area. So hopefully I get to, meet them and socialize with everyone soon. So that date is right around the corner.
Yes. And so for all my listeners out there, if you are in that area, if you're in Orlando or you have a family, cousin, or friend, somebody that's around the area who needs something to do on August 10th, direct them towards that address that Sharika just mentioned. They won't regret it.
Right.
They won't regret it, because the book, not only is the book awesome, but the vibe is going to be awesome.
Oh, my gosh, yes, the vibe is going to be awesome. We're going to have at least 6 vendors. We're getting more set up business partners added to the list. Actually, I'm not going to be the only author in the building. I'm actually sharing the space with 3 other authors, by the way. 2 of them are one of them is from Monticello, the other one from Tallahassee. Miss Tilly Hogan's Dr. Barbara Reddick also is from Monticello, and there's a gentleman out of Tampa, Florida, named Charles Spraggins. He has a music company called King Cargo Entertainment, and all of this is being promoted through Purnell Promotions with Adam Purnell, and he is based in Orlando. And he's been doing a wonderful job with social media exposure and making sure it stays relevant.
Yeah, you hear what I'm saying? It started off with just an idea, and look how big it's getting. She's got people joining her. She's got more vendors joining her. She's renting a place now, you know. Usually it was just a spot here and there. They actually got a place now for that. And they got a production crew. They're present on social media. Come on, you guys.
Yeah. And then there's a wonderful young lady who is in Orlando, based out of Orlando. Her name is Miss Shantae Span, and she has a virgin hair line called Kinky Clown. It's a beautiful, catchy name. Like, I love her whole marketing plan. She's going to be there vending, and also, you know, now is the time of this marijuana release with the new legalized public information regarding marijuana. We have a CBD vendor who will be on board educating us and providing us some information and some samples.
Yeah, I need some samples, girl. I need something to calm my anxiety down, girl. I might need to go check her out. What's her Instagram page?
Miss Wanda Miller. I'll definitely share all of that information. And so all of these people are actually going to be present on August the 10th, which is a Saturday, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And, you know, we actually just got word that we're going to be on a cruise in May. We got invited on a cruise to sell the book to Bahamas.
Oh, wow. Look at this. When did this happen? Like just in the last 30 seconds? How? Are you guys listening to this? I'm shocked because this is news to me. Hell. Oh, May? Girl, when in May? You talking about next May? Because we already in July.
Yes.
Girl, what's the day? Because I need to I need a vacay, and that'll be.
I agree, and it's a matter of everyone could play a part. They can participate and come on the cruise with us because
you see what I'm talking about, you guys? The book tour never stopped. It kicked off in February, and she's booked for next May, 2020. See what I'm talking about? She's a hard-working woman.
Yeah.
It don't stop. It don't stop.
Yeah. And it's Dr. Reddick. She has she's being sponsored by some beautiful people out of the Bahamas to come out and do a fundraiser, some type of sponsorship of her product line. She has an album, she has a book as well, and she invited me out to take part in that book promo on her cruise, so I can go out there and network with the beautiful people in the Bahamas, so they can sponsor me a trip of my own.
It will happen.
Yes.
It will happen. Mm-hmm.
So in terms of New Orleans, let's switch back gears, and I just want you to understand the vision that was displayed before me with the Essence Festival. And I thank all of the people at the Essence who are in charge and decision-making for selecting what authors to be invited. And in terms of the space, the room, you know, you had Donna Brazell. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's a political strategist. She's been on CNN. Beautiful, you know, powerful Black woman. She was there promoting her book and signing books. It was so many cameramen that were on site doing a live taping of her signing. It was just beautiful. Then you had people like Joanne Reed, Big Frida.
Big Frida! I saw that she got her own Ben and Jerry line. Go, Miss Big Frida.
Yes, and Mr. Anthony Anderson was so cool. That gentleman was
so funny. I saw a little clip of you guys.
Oh my God, his energy is off, just top of the roof. Really, so inspiring. And Mr. J. Anthony Brown, shout out to J. Anthony Brown from Steve Harvey Morning Show. Mm-hmm. He gave a a beautiful interview to us. Like he said, I'll do an interview promoting your book for you. Let's do this. The setup. Why don't we make a movie from it? And I said, of course.